Guys, the Roblox platform is dying and there are more cash grabs than ever before. But before I explain, smash a like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, smash a like, follow me on Twitch, subscribe my game, follow me on X, subscribe to my OnlyFans. I can't even. It's no secret that the majority of Roblox games are humans' most efficient creation for parent credit card extraction. But it didn't always used to be like this. When I started playing Roblox back in 2012, prepare for a jump scare, 14 years ago, the front page used to just be an expression of creative work and passion projects. That's probably because the DevX program wasn't even released until 2013, and the fact I'm nostalgia tripping on games and I don't actually remember how bad they were.
Anyways, I want to start with a question. What is the median amount of money that a Roblox developer in the DevX program earns in a year?
And of the millions of creators monetizing on Roblox, over 29,000 are part of our DevX program.
Okay, so good so far. We got 29,000 jobs.
With the median creator earning $1,440.
All right, never mind. That is absolutely not a job. If you work 40 hours a week for 52 weeks, that is about 69 cents an hour.
But looking a little deeper at those numbers, in the last 12 months, the average revenue for a top 1,000 developer was $980,000, so nearly $1 million. For a top 100 developer, that average was $7 million. And for a top 10 developer, the average was $38.5 million.
This is the perfect opportunity to talk about mean and median. If Bob has 1 Robux, David has 2 Robux, and not your average white girl or boy has 1 million Robux, well, you probably know to add them all up and divide them, which tells us the mean is 333,333.3333. Bob and David probably feel very sad that they are nowhere near 333,000 Robux. Median, on the other hand, line them up from poorest to richest, and who's in the middle? 2 feels like a way better representation for the majority. What I hope to communicate here is the overwhelming majority of Roblox developers are not earning serious cash, and it's fair to say earnings increase dramatically the higher you go. This is why I want to strongly communicate to not rely on money as your main motivating reason for starting development. However, I realize that's hard to do when videos like
and the Roblox millionaire, and standing alongside him are tons of other rich Roblox developers. And unfortunately, this is me. But wait, I also became a Roblox millionaire.
They all live in the same apartment, and they claim to make millions off Roblox.
this exists. Or if you're on the ashes of Twitter, I want to be transparent about my bias. I have made money from Roblox a total of 1 time. I cashed out 1 million Robux, or 3,500, and used that to pay off my last student loan. I even attended RDC 2025, which was super fun. When I say this though, it's with a heavy caveat. The statistical reality is most developers are not earning money, and even my experience is skewed and very, very lucky. But how does any of this relate to predatory monetization practices like limited time items, pop-ups, game passes, no sense of actual progression, you know, the bad stuff, maximizing profit and minimizing experience? Well, the whole argument I want to lay out is that it's less because of individual developers, even though I fully realize the bad ones exist, and more macroeconomic incentives and behavioral psychology. Roblox feel more abstracted for the player than for developers, but the real issue is that it's more profitable to hit trends than to spend years working on a game. Games are engineered for monetization, and having any type of artistic integrity is an active liability. You will mathematically be punished for not having a slot machine in a casino, and it's better to work for a livable wage than cents an hour. If a creative, original, and inspiring game was profitable, I'm assuming most developers would choose that over maxing out playtime and average revenue per daily active user. What about games like Doors, Deep Woken, Rivals, Dress to Impress, Pressure. This is something called survivorship bias, when you focus on surviving or successful examples while ignoring all of the failures. Just because Bill Gates and Steve Jobs dropped out of college does not mean this is a better career decision for your financial future or for the average person. So what do we actually do about all of this? Who is to blame? The system doesn't need better people, it needs better incentives. If monetization is what gets rewarded, then monetization is what developers are going to optimize for. If you want different outcomes, you have to reward different things. Having rewards tied to more player satisfaction and long-term retention would matter more than just raw monetization, but that is way easier said than done. For a quick aside, kids do not understand the value of money. So Robux abstraction is also a real problem. When a player doesn't feel the cost, it becomes easier to design a system that pushes them to spend way more than they normally would. But I think that's less important than the incentives, because if you choose not to optimize for average revenue per daily active user, then somebody else will, and that pressure is always going to exist if the incentives are misaligned. So the trade-off becomes, do you want short-term revenue or do you want to build long-term trust with your players? And most systems on Roblox are going to pick short-term revenue. Now, I'm in a very lucky position where, because of my job, I can make whatever I want and I don't even have to worry about players. This means next video, I have a concept I don't think has ever been done before, and I'm super excited to show you. That is, if I can even do what it is I want to do. I think something that isn't said enough is that you can also do the exact same thing. It's completely free to create things you care about rather than following trends and trying to maximize Robux, and it's way more freeing. But the takeaway from this video is I'm trying to add nuance to don't take money or all developers are bad. If you're seeing a bunch of outcomes that worked without the full picture, it's because there's a system that rewards specific behaviors and what types of games get created from those behaviors. Okay, so if something feels weird about the types of games that succeed on the platform, it's probably not random and just incentives working exactly how they were designed to.